my personal dogs. My dogs live in my home, my dogs live with me, and sleep with me. I don't want them on the full floor in a kennel. That is not why I own dogs. They are my family. Yes, they are animals, but they are my family. That's my first problem. Why are you telling us how our dogs have to live? If you don't tell us how our kids have to live, you're going to tell us how our dogs have to live. And that is not fair. I saved 189 dogs last year from death. They are here in Western New York, most of them. If I wasn't running that rescue, I don't know where they would be. But you want them also in the kennel now too. When they are living in the home with me, learning how to be a dog again, and learning what love is, and what compassion, and helping me grow as a human being also. Why do I have to own this whole place and live on cold concrete floor? That is not fair to dogs. What we stand for. If we want to be a kennel, if we want to be a shelter and have them live in an environment, that's what we would do. And that is not why I started the rescue. Thank you.
Thank you. Sir?
I just under the dogs and housing, it says that dogs shall not be housed outside for more than 12 hours within a 24-hour period. That's the worst thing you can do for an animal, this type of weather. Take it outside, and I've had a lot of dogs, a lot of animals. All they need is shelter, food, and water, and they can go 24 hours, and that's where they should be. Their fur will adapt and take care of themselves outside. And not if you got them out at 0 for 8 hours, and then whip it back in the house where you're sitting in there at 75, and they got these big, heavy, fur coats on. I mean, they gotta be one or the other to live with somebody, and they gotta be in and out, in and out. If you just look around the countryside, you see these farmers with these little sheds out, plastic sheds for the calves in. That's so they don't get pneumonia. That's what it's got, so it's in a stable environment. The same temperature, they will take care of themselves, but not if you put them in and out, in and out. That's where you get pneumonia, and that's where you kill things. And Mother Nature will take care of them, as long as they got food, water, and shelter. They gotta have shelter too, you know, but otherwise, they have to take care of themselves.
For clarity, you don't want any sort of time frame?
No, I think if a person wants to keep their dog, and I have for years before I drove on, keep them outside, good dog house, food, water, make sure they got fresh water every day. They go for months like that. I never had a dog at all, tell you the truth. I probably had them for 40 years, no problem being outside. But you gotta have shelter for them, you gotta have food and water, and then take care of themselves. This right here,
Thank you. Is there anybody new who still wishes to speak before I cycle back? Sir?
Mark Dusen, Guys Road. The lady back here said it was great. As far as any dog law goes, I worked my backside off to own my place, and no, I don't have a rescue or a kennel. What you got, the federal government, the state government, the county government. Now Bennington's gotta have a dog law? Maybe enough. If I got a problem with him, I'll go up and talk to him. I grew up here. That's how it worked. That's how it should still work.
Yep.
The sad part is, I grew up here, and there's one person in this room that I know. That's the way it's gone. I know you because you're the council. But there's no interaction of neighbors. If somebody has a problem with somebody, go talk to them. More laws ain't gonna change a thing.
Thank you, Mark.
Hey, I'm Dave.
I'm Deb.
I'm Jeremy.
Well, see, that proves his point. Nobody knows anybody anymore. I'm Lynn from Vice Road. You inherited this mess. This started with the former
I
supervisor.
inherited a lot of things.
Oh, I know you did.
That's
This dog law, it's garbage. It really is. It used to be from this hour to this hour, especially if you lived in the country like we did. Your dog could roam your property. My Aussie, she would go from the house to the barn. That's it. Our shepherd, he'd be gone for 2.5 hours. But he'd either be on our property or the property across the road from us. He didn't terrorize anybody. He didn't go anywhere. He stuck within his area. We don't need this law. Kennels, rescue, they're already inspected by the state. Why do we need you? Why do they need you? Causing more problems, causing more red tape, causing more inspections and paperwork. They're already regulated. USDA, I'm pretty sure it's them, who goes in and checks on these guys once a year, and they do not tell them when they're coming. It's a surprise inspection. I've got plenty of clients who have been shut down for 30, 60, 90 days because of a mess that they didn't realize USDA was coming in to inspect, and they didn't clean. Once they cleaned it up, USDA came back, the kennel was allowed, the rescue was allowed, the breeder was allowed to continue. We don't need this. We really don't. And if the board really wants to push it because of whatever vendetta or thoughts, put it on a ballot for us to vote, not you.
Thank you. Anybody else that wishes to speak?
I'd just like to say that I am against the town law and all this garbage that is being proposed.
In this law?
Oh, and Jenny, Chilcocra, yes. Thank you.
John, did you want to speak again? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
just a statement. So I have, my whole adult life, I've been in the fair business. I've done county fairs, state fairs, I'm here to Florida. And we've always done the Wyoming County Fair. And we always joked about it. We're going to Wyoming County. They have more cows than they do people. Is that a true fact?
Yes.
So where does it end? My question is, first your dogs, then they're going after your cows? Our own tax assessor told me he has 100 head. Where does it end with this law? Right? So I think my wife thinks I'm confused. I'm against the laws and for the dogs. And I live around the corner from you. I didn't even know you had dogs until this thing came up. I mean, some of my neighbors have dogs, they run around in their backyard, kind of just go kitty corner to where you are.
If you ever want to meet them, you're more than welcome to come by.
So where does it end? Leave the animals alone.
John, I just want to ask you, we have documented, we thought you said earlier that you were in favor of the law.
No, I'm not in favor of the law.
Okay, you're
I don't
not,
like
you're
any-
not in favor of the law,
I'm not in favor
you
of
said
the
you were in favor of the dogs,
I'm in favor of the dogs.
is what you said, okay, we're just clarifying.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay, as we document, we're just clarifying.
I'm John.
Am I skipping over anybody who hasn't spoken yet?
Dave Stephanie, Rhine Line Road, and I'm just gonna let you know, I don't got a dog in this fight, but if you gotta have a damn law, put it to the town people, let them vote it down. Because I think it'll vote down. Dave Stephanie, Rhine Line Road.
Thank you. Matt has his hand up first, I will get back to you, both have spoken already, so we're recycling through. Matt, go ahead.
Just real quick, not to pile on, but, I mean, I was a DA and I prosecuted crimes against animals. So there's nobody that thinks that animals need protection as much as I do. But those laws are in place. This law, this here, doesn't do it, regulating the directional lighting or whatever this is. This is unnecessary bureaucratic nonsense. There are laws in place against animal cruelty, there are shelter laws, there's every law that you need on the books in the state ag and markets already. State ag and markets inspectors are coming out to any kennels, calls as rescues, that's what they're doing. No need for the town of Bennington, to get involved here. And that's why I'm saying, if there was any background research done, they would see how unnecessary this law is, even if it was well-intentioned to begin with, which I doubt.
Thank you.
I just wanted to piggyback on to what this gentleman here had said, about how long an animal can be outside for. Being that we are a rural community, many of us have working dogs. So basically what this law is saying is your working dog can only be outside for X amount of hours, protecting your herd or your flock or your property, or whatever it is that their job is to do. Many of those working dogs live in barn-type structures that is not heated or regulated. However, it does have hay, it has windows, it has a roof, it's sometimes insulated, the same way you would keep a horse or a cow, because it's a working animal, just as a horse would be. So I agree with you, sir, that there are situations where a dog can be outside for longer periods of time, as long as it is cared for properly and done the right way.
That was a great point, I never even considered that, along with a lot of other points too.
Are you saying there should be no regulation for the time frame? Is that what
Correct.
you're saying?
Yes, there should be no regulation. A friend of mine has Great Pyrenees that watches over their chickens. It is outside 24/7. It has never set foot in the home. However, the children go out to the barn and play with it. It has plenty of interaction with humans and other animals, but because it's outside all the time, Mother Nature has taken its course. Its fur is very thick and dense in the wintertime, and it thins out in the summertime, and that fur acts as an insulator just as a cooler would. So you, and Alicia, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but dogs like Pyrenees and Newfoundlands, you should not shave them in the summer because the fur acts, it keeps them cooler. So if you put a time limit or a temperature regulation on those types of dogs, it will actually harm them more than it will help them.
So obviously, all dogs, cannot be treated, the same.
Correct.
You pick my little Cooper out in the snow and he'll be doing a 180 and coming right back in the house.
Hit little.
Yeah.
But that's what he's used to, he's able.
Right. Okay, understood. Thank you.
Yes, I am totally against this dog, this kennel dog, totally. My biggest concern are responsible breeders, because one of the problems with the rescues being built up is because people are breeding dogs and they can't sell them, or they sell them to other people, and people just let them out running and they become rescues. People don't want them, they take them to the SPCA. People sell their dogs to anybody without researching, does this person really want this dog for life? That is the main thing. You breed a litter, you sell a dog, it's for life. And that's why you're seeing a lot of these rescues being built up, because people don't think of it that way. It's just, oh, we can make some money by selling some dogs. So why don't we breed so-and-so to so-and-so and we'll make a few bucks in our pocket. Well, it ends up those dogs get sold, but they go to people who really didn't want the dog for life. They end up not knowing how to raise the dog, train it, etc., and it ends up in the rescues. So that's the problem I have with backyard breeders, puppy mills. There is such thing as responsible breeders, and I think more people need to realize what a responsible breeder is. You have a dog, you're responsible for the dog, you're responsible to where the dogs go, the puppies go. Another point, as far as dogs living outside 24/7, that is cruelty, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And I will say that, indeed, every breed of dog was bred for a specific purpose. Guard dogs, herding, whatever. Dogs are not like cattle and horses and sheep and everything else. Dogs are domestic canines. They are not and should not be living outdoors 24/7. If you have a dog that lives outside 24/7, then why do you have a dog?
He's there where you open the door.
Well, if he's outside 24/7, you're talking about having him outside, he's not in your house.
I've never had a dog in the house.
So we're not here to criticize each other, we're not, here to debate, each other or, come down on somebody else's opinion. Everybody is free to state their opinion, but we can state it in general without directing it towards others, just so
Well, that is
it doesn't become personal.
No, that is my point, that being a responsible breeder and a responsible dog owner does not mean keeping your dog outside 24/7 in all kinds of weather. That is cool. And agreed, there are different breeds of dogs that require different temperatures. Newfoundlands, Great Pyrenees, and even German Shepherds, those types of dogs that have heavy coats, Siberian Huskies, Alaskan Malamutes, yes, they like to be outside in the cold. But that doesn't mean, as their owner, that you keep them out there all the time. I mean, again, my question is, why do you have a dog if you're keeping the dog outside?
Again, certainly, which is what I agreed with, you certainly can't treat every dog
Right.
the same.
Right.
That's why I
You
said,
can't put a beagle outside 24/7, or, a little Shiba Inu or something like that. My other point is that indeed, the New York State does have a dog law, which has been in effect for a number of years now. What has recently happened within the last year is that has been changed. They've made some changes to it that are very significant, that are very anti-dog, hobby breeder, and basically against breeders. That particular new version of the New York State law has, it's in committee, and it's waiting to get approved to go on whatever the next committee is. So that is going to be changed. And the changes that have been suggested could very well affect every single one of us that are in this room. Whereas the prior version of it
No pun
was
intended.
only affected.
we've had that joke a couple times. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's- by all means.
The previous law wasn't as strict. It was basically, you're a pet dealer if you bred and raised 25 or more dogs in your residence or whatever. The law that they're trying to put through is 9. So I would suggest that everybody take a look at those two laws. Sorry, I didn't bring it with me. I can't see really good, but take a look at that, because the one that they've got in committee could affect every one of us, if we've been breeding one litter of dogs.
Again, I know you both are going to submit things in writing, to my understanding, is that correct?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I wanted to ask, what email is that?
Please include that.
And include that law.
Send it to you? Okay, I have your email.
To the Bennington
There's
clerk.
two laws.
Awesome, all
There's
I'm
one
sorry,
that's been-
he did have his hand up. Sir, do you still want to
Yes.
comment?
Yeah, I'd like to make a comment, and I believe most of the people will agree with me. We've talked about the dogs long enough to move on to the next points in the agenda. Everyone has had their fair share of talking and speaking points, and a lot of it rehammered and reiterated, and it almost got testy there for a little bit. So let's try to step
We're
off.
we're about to wind up.
Okay, thank you.
6 days in, I'm not trying to quiet anybody's opinion, so we probably got a little bit more leeway tonight than maybe down the road, so bear with me.
Hi, I'm Eileen on Church Road. I know there's passion on both sides,
of this argument, and I think that there's also passion in the nuances of the argument as well, like the amount of time that a dog can be outside. But again, we were kind of getting a little bit too into the weeds and not focused on this law right here. 353B of Ag and Markets regulates a dog that's outside and what types of dogs can be outside 24 hours, what they need to be outside 24 hours. We definitely don't need to reiterate something that's already in effect at the state level. So just to, you know, again, there are a lot of points of this law that have duplicated other more superior laws that something like this is not necessary in this town.
Thank you. John?
So I have a question, because I don't know.
No question, no question, no question.
Not a question.
Make your question in the form of a
confused.
statement. if you
I'm
could.
confused. We're talking about kennels, rescues, and puppy mills. Is there a fine line between all those? Which one is this law being directed at?
Kennel.
All of them?
Lumping them all together.
You're lumping them all together.
Yes.
And they're clearly not the same.
No.
No.
Are there any even puppy mills in the town of Bennington? No? So we're just talking about kennels and rescues?
Kennels.
Correct.
Okay, the law is directed towards regulating the kennel.
Which are mostly rescues and hobby breeders. which is what-
Correct.
Gonna go after the cows, we might as well go after the people in daycare centers and old folks' homes. I mean, where does it end? I'm
Minnesota, John. At the Leering Center.
That's what he needs, is smiling face.
Never mind. I didn't think that was inside. Anybody else, anybody would like to speak before we move on? We are almost at the finish line.
Put it up for a vote by us.
I like it.
I like that.
Yeah.
Aye.
Let us make the decision.
All those in favor?
Just like personal vendettas or personal feelings are out of it.
Referendum.
So we are going to leave this open. So I thank you all for coming tonight. I thank you for all those comments. Again, we are in a dynamic situation here. I think everybody knows the board has changed over, midstream during this. We are still collecting, your information and your opinions. We are going to leave the public hearing open and recess to our monthly meeting, which I believe is February 11th. Jeff, is that okay with you? The 11th of February? It's our normal schedule.
It's just, that's January.
January 21st is the meeting coming up this month. February 11th would be the scheduled town meeting. Second Wednesday. Okay, with that, can I get a motion to recess the hearing to our monthly meeting on February 11th? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. We have a 1-week time frame. Please, if you could get those written comments into the clerk's email. If you do not have that, Joanne, do you want to give that to them now, or if somebody doesn't have it, or?
I believe it is on the website, but it's benn-clerk@rochester.rr.com. And then if you're sending in a comment, if you could specifically say if you're opposed or against, if you have questions, but you don't need to delve into you know, the nitty-gritty of why, but, so if you have a question specifically for the board to clarify, and then if you're opposed or against.
Thank you. With that, we do not have any departmental reports. We will cover those in the January 21st meeting in a couple weeks. We just went through a lot of public concerns, but are there any other petitions or public concerns not relating to what we just discussed?
Just the meeting times, please.
The meeting times?
Yeah.
I believe we had them set for the second Wednesday at 7:30.
7 o'clock or 7:30?
7:30.
Thank you.
Again, tentative. That is tentative. I don't think that time is going to change. I
But
don't
the 21st would
anticipate
be
it
so.
changing.
I'm sorry, this one.
The 21st is at 8 PM. 21st of January is 8 PM. All meetings from that point forward, I believe we have notice of that. Do we have that notice out yet for the 21st at 8 PM?
I believe you do.
I think that is out.
Yes.
The 21st, again, as we transition, will have to be pushed back a half an hour till 8 PM. I'm sorry about that. I don't anticipate any changes from that time forward. So it should be, again, the second Wednesday of every month, as we stated in the organizational at 7:30. Is there any other business to come before the board? John?
So I live on Tinkham,
We know that already.
and at the
You told
bottom,
us. I'm just kidding.
You're fair.
Go ahead.
the bottom of the hill on the other
Right
side
there,
of the tracks in another county, they built, I don't even know what they do with cows there. But running up Tinkham are oversized trucks, overweight, and going way too fast. There is no weight limit posted and no speed limit posted. One of my direct neighbors here, might agree with me, they fly down Tinkham, big trucks, shouldn't happen. It's kind of residential where we live.
You know what you should do, you should write a letter to the town board,
This town board or that town.
this town, what
He
town?
said, yeah, it's over into,
Yeah.
John, you live right on the border, is that
Pretty
correct?
close, 3 houses in,
Are you in, so you're in Bennington, not Darien?
We're Bennington, but we have a dairy in that entrance.
So what's the speed limit on the road?
there is nothing posted.
There's nothing posted.
So what you should do, because in order to get a speed limit on a road, you have to write us a letter saying that there is no speed limit and that you would like a speed assessment. Yeah, like a speed assessment.
John, what's the issue?
So
They're
then the
they're going
state
too
comes-
fast, or the
Too
trucks are
fast
too
and too
big
heavy.
and overloaded?
I mean, just 2 years ago, they repaved that, they're gonna tear it to shreds. And
That's what I was asking, are they going or both? Are
No,
these
too
trucks
heavy
too
and too-
large?
Both,
Okay,
both.
okay. Gotcha.
So what you should do is put something in writing to the town board, and then we send it to the state, and then they come out and do an assessment of the road, and it's up to them. You know, they've done that before, like on Earth Road. Earth Road is 55 miles an hour, they won't reduce it. So,
They can cut over down Erie and go up 77 north or south.
yeah, but that's
No
what,
reason for them to be
that's what
coming
you
up.
should do. Okay?
You put some potholes in it and slow it down.
We just covered in the pot.
I mean, I can't believe that would be
And they
bad.
turned out church.
I would like to say one thing, please, we're at the finish line here, we're coming up, I just want to say one thing. We did have an issue over the last couple days where we were in danger of a payroll interruption, and we had our previous bookkeeper had resigned, and in a transition state, our new bookkeeper, had not settled in just yet, and there was a danger of an interruption to the payroll going, to our highway guys. Councilwoman Maria Pryor spent 15 hours over the last couple days, making sure, that this was a smooth transition and everybody got their checks. And in the end, a lot of phone calls, a lot of hard work, went into that. Some tears as well. So there was, you know, yeah.
I still don't know it.
But I am eternally grateful because I was at my job with my cell phone on my ear. So if you got your medication in Cheektowaga, check it twice. I was half and half. So anyway, again,
On the phone, all day on speaker.
from me to you, all of you, please, thank you for coming tonight. With that, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor? We are adjourned.
And before everybody leaves, I have surveys back here at the back table. My name is Deb Nye, I've been on the planning board for